Many men grapple with self-defeating behaviors without ever recognizing them as the source of their stagnation. True ambition or hard work often has little to do with it. Instead, success is frequently undermined by subtle habits and mindsets that appear benign but effectively keep you trapped. A primary obstacle is the tendency to overthink rather than to act. The issue for many is not laziness, but a state of intellectual limbo. You might spend countless hours researching, strategizing, and imagining every conceivable outcome in your mind. This feels intelligent and preparatory, but it is often just a sophisticated form of procrastination known as analysis paralysis. This pattern creates the illusion of productivity while you are actually avoiding the crucial step of taking action. You consume tutorials, gather advice, and create plans, yet you never initiate the very thing you have been studying. You become stuck in your head, and the longer you remain there, the more daunting it becomes to make a move. The reality is that genuine clarity is born from action, not from thought. You will learn infinitely more from trying, failing, and recalibrating than you ever could by observing from the sidelines. Abandon the quest for perfection before you even begin. Take the leap and trust that you can figure things out along the way. Another swift way to dismantle your confidence is to allow rejection to define your identity. Whether it is being turned down for a date, failing to secure a job, or having an idea dismissed, the sting is real. For many men, however, this moment transforms into something more profound. It becomes mental confirmation of a deep-seated belief that they are fundamentally inadequate. The real danger lies not in the rejection itself, but in the meaning you assign to it. Rather than viewing it as a singular event, a learning opportunity, or a simple lack of alignment, you interpret it as a definitive verdict on your worth. When this narrative is replayed enough, it solidifies into a core belief. A single romantic rejection morphs into the idea that no one will ever want you. Not getting one job becomes a conviction that you will never be successful. This mindset fosters a cycle of withdrawal where you cease to try and begin to play it safe, ultimately losing faith in yourself. Rejection is an unavoidable element of life, not a measure of your value. It's simply feedback. Truly confident individuals do not sidestep rejection. They confront it, extract its lessons, and continue forward. They understand that a single no does not define them, but their response to it certainly does. What distinguishes successful men is their refusal to internalize rejection or let it halt their progress. They view it as a redirection, allowing them to bounce back, try again, and improve. This is how resilience is forged and how authentic confidence is earned. It comes not from universal acceptance, but from a knowledge that you can handle it when you're not accepted. True self-assurance is built by being tested and by showing up even after being knocked down. It emerges when you prioritize growth over ego and choose action over avoidance. When you detach your self-worth from outcomes and focus instead on effort, persistence, and the lessons learned, you become unstoppable. One of the greatest silent killers of potential is poor stewardship of your time. This extends beyond simple tardiness or disorganization. It is about failing to treat your time as the valuable commodity it is. Many men squander hours each day on activities that do not serve their greater purpose, from aimless scrolling on social media to binge-watching series. Your time is the very fabric of your life. Every minute you spend is a minute you can never recover. The most accomplished people treat their time as a currency to be invested wisely. They allocate it to what matters most, including their goals, health, relationships, and personal development. They operate with intention and do not permit distractions or low-value interactions to pull them from their path. Ask yourself if what you are doing is helping you move toward your goals. If the answer is no, a reevaluation is in order. You must be ruthless in protecting your time, as it is your one non-renewable resource. Every choice you make, from your morning routine to your reaction to a setback, is either guiding you toward your ideal self or pulling you further away. Be intentional with these choices. Visualize the man you aspire to be. Consider what he stands for the energy he brings into a room, and the discipline he maintains when no one is watching. Then, examine your current routines, mindset, and choices. Ask yourself if the ideal version of you would be engaging in these activities. If the answer is no, you must question why you are. Success is not accidental, and confidence does not materialize from thin air. It is constructed through consistency, alignment, and the cumulative effect of small, deliberate decisions made every day. Choose to be the version of yourself you are striving to become, not the one who is content to remain the same. This leads to the critical habit of avoiding discomfort. We live in a world where comfort is perpetually within reach, causing most people to instinctively evade anything that feels uncomfortable. Yet, a difficult truth remains. Nearly everything you desire in life exists on the other side of discomfort. Confidence, physical fitness, financial stability, and a sense of purpose do not emerge from the safety of your comfort zone. When you avoid discomfort, you simultaneously avoid growth. You cease to push your boundaries and settle for mediocrity. You decline opportunities that could elevate your life simply because they make you feel nervous or uncertain. You must understand that discomfort is the very arena where growth occurs and where self-respect is built. Begin doing things you do not feel like doing. Wake up early, engage in difficult conversations, and show up even when you are tired or unmotivated. The more you lean into discomfort, the more resilient and self-assured you will become. Do not let fear or fleeting emotions dictate your decisions. A powerful principle is to follow your plan, not your mood. If you only acted when you felt genuinely motivated, progress would be sporadic at best. By adhering to a plan, even on difficult days, you create the conditions for growth and transformation. Where there is challenge, there is change. Many men also pursue success for the wrong reasons, seeking external validation instead of internal clarity. They are driven not by authentic alignment with their values, but by a desire to prove their worth to others. They chase status, recognition, and attention. While there is nothing inherently wrong with a desire to succeed, a motivation rooted in external approval will never bring fulfillment. You will find yourself in a perpetual state of needing more praise, more acknowledgement, and more validation. When you do not receive it, you will feel like a failure, even when you are objectively succeeding. This is a dangerous trap. Instead, concentrate on achieving clarity. Take the time to genuinely reflect on what you want from life, what kind of man you want to be, and what truly makes you happy. With clarity, you stop trying to impress others and begin constructing a life that feels good from the inside, not one that merely looks good from the outside. Finally, the people you surround yourself with will either elevate you or erode your potential. Your environment matters far more than you might realize. If you consistently associate with individuals who lack ambition, complain incessantly, or mock your goals, you are actively sabotaging your own future. This influence may seem subtle, but its effects are profound. You eventually become like the people with whom you spend the most time. Their habits, mindsets, and expectations will inevitably rub off on you. To grow, you must surround yourself with people who push you, challenge you, and support your development. This does not require severing ties with every friend who is not perfectly aligned with your ambitions, but it does demand intentionality. Invest more of your time with people who inspire you, who are actively building something, and who believe in both themselves and you. The right circle of influence can fundamentally change the trajectory of your life. Ultimately, most men do not fail because they are incapable. They fail because they stand in their own way. These behaviors might appear small, but they compound over time, quietly extinguishing momentum before it can ever build. If any of these habits resonate with you, consider it good news. This recognition signifies self-awareness, which is the foundational first step toward meaningful change.